So I've been kind of down because I haven't really sold anything in Mina's since the Christmas rush. I did sell perfume to my friend on my Wilhelmina page because she's liked the scent and everything, like the description of the scent. And so she bought one and I was like really excited. I'm like, oh my god, my first perfume launch! So like, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I get overexcited about things. As you can tell if you watch some of my videos, I get all derpy, you know? Um, but so I haven't really made anything new, even though I have stuff to make it, because I'm just kind of like, what's the point? You know? I get kind of that way sometimes, I guess, because I get really excited about projects and I work really hard on them and come up with ideas and whatnot. And then when they don't go anywhere, it kind of is like a little depressing, you know? Some things I'm working on right now, though, that are not quite complete is this. They're cyanide tablets. My friend made me the label, but I just haven't printed them out because I want to make a couple. I don't like to waste too much paper, you know. So I wait until I have a couple items that I can print. Use one sheet of paper to print all the labels out, and then cut it and try and group them as close together as possible to get as many labels out as I can. So the labels are waiting for that one, and my other things disappeared. But here's another thing that I made. Is this little vial? I see a lot of people, like, I've used these before for powders and whatnot. I see a lot of people use these on a lot of the pagan Etsy's, and they put oils in here, and I was like, how the hell you get like 4 drops of oil out of this thing when you shoved it full of herbs and whatnot? And they sell it for like $6. Some people sell them for like way more, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. I sell half-ounce oils for half that price, you know? And I'm using the same ingredient, or not the same ingredients, but like I'm using essential oils and herbs and whatnot, and I try to get good quality stuff. So, okay, off topic, but this is gonna be a vial of blood. I'm not quite sure if I should put a label on it. I kind of like the look of thinking of this like on a chain and just hanging there like this and having people question like, what is that? You know, but I think I'll probably market it as just either a vial of blood or a cherub vitae or something, and just not put a label on it, because then I don't think, look how tiny it is. I have a piece of paper that says something right here. Might look silly. I might make 2 of them, just have one say vitae on it going straight down. Because I have a couple of them. I have 3. I'm going to make some more. I was thinking of putting other stuff in these, but not quite sure yet. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm working on right now, other than waiting for more bottles for perfumes to make. And then I really want to order more oils, but I haven't made any sales. So all the money from the one Spindle, my other Etsy shop, goes into bills, and I haven't really been selling on there much either. It's the time of the year. There's nothing to buy anything for. The biggest times of the year for my pagan store was Samhain, was Halloween, and Christmas or Yule. And then, depending on if I have a lot of good themed items, sometimes Beltane and Midsummer, but I don't get a lot of sales for some of the other Sabbats, or Sabbats, whatever, the other holidays, because I usually don't really make anything for them. I don't feel extremely connected to them enough to make a whole bunch of product, you know. Samhain and Yule get me really excited, and just like, it's the time of the year. It's like my time of the year. I feel like really creative and wonderful, and the weather's nice. I am not a summer person, even though I was born in summer. Pool parties for life, right? Born in July. and I live in California, Southern California. So in spring it can be nice here, but a lot of times it'll be warm and kind of like humid sometimes. There's some nice days, but I prefer the doom and gloom. I prefer the doom and gloom. I love rain. I love cold weather. I love putting tons of layers on. I'm a cold weather person, even though I have some like anemia issues and whatnot that are inherited. It's like Northern European. I don't think it's not a disease or anything, but it's like a trait or something that happens in some people. My mom has it, so I have it too. So I get really cold, but I'd rather be cold than sweating my anything off, you know. But I have tons of these little bottles, these little vials right here. I love these. I've always used these for my oils on the one spindle. And I always got capped ones too, black capped ones. Because I know, like, with this, you can't throw this in your purse or anything. Not as fun. They're just not pretty. They're not cool. And I love using sealing wax and stuff. And then I have my little special sealing wax on top there. I had hearts ones that I used for a while, but I don't really like hearts. I like the anatomically correct hearts. And sealing wax stamps are pretty expensive. And I got mine from Canada because I couldn't find any here in the States that was cheap enough. So, yeah. But, yeah, working on other things. I finally finished this. I was thinking of having a different grate for this, but I haven't been able to get to the store. So, I really want to get these up. So I'm just going to sell them like this. Bam! I look like I'm going to go weld something. I'm going to go make a that. But anyway, yeah. So if you have any ideas, anything you want to see, anything like fantasy-like or magical or something, because if you look at the stuff in my store, I sell things like Yeti fur and vampire blood, sludge of ghoul, or which is like a or ghoul blood. I sell a lot of different bloods because it's easy because they're liquids, you know. And I sell some other things too, like actual rose thorns with rose petals. What else do we got in here? Leprechaun gold, real rose water. When I say some of these are real, like I made this. This is the rose water that I made. You can drink it. It is drinkable. I've drinking it. I've given it to friends. I've sold it in my other store. I think people are afraid to buy things that you can actually consume in my store or actually use, like my 4 Thieves vinegar. It's really 4 Thieves vinegar. It's made from a hoodoo recipe I found a while ago. So when I put that on there, it means you can actually use it for those purposes. A lot of times when I put something like the nails and whatnot and the thorns, the purposes I put, you can actually use them for those purposes. I am going to be selling magical items in the store and hoodoo items. I was thinking of, where did they go? Well, I can't find them now, but I was thinking of selling the little blue balls, the Mexican anil balls, and some other things as well, to kind of give it a, you know, more of the product I already have, and also some things that will kind of fit with the theme of my shop. But yeah, this has been a huge ramble, but I felt like making a new video. I felt like my YouTube needed some updates. But I'd love to hear ideas. I love different ideas because I'm like, my creative thoughts or something sometimes get stuck, you know, and then I kind of get in the funk and don't make anything. So when I hear, sometimes I'll hear other people's ideas, I'm like, oh my god, that is fantastic, and then I'll start making stuff, and then that like idea will sprout new ideas, and I keep going and going, you know. I'm hoping to make more jewelry as well too. I got a ton of those keys, 2 different types of keys too, so I'm thinking of using the silver colored keys now compared to like the bronze colored ones, making some things with those. But I'm just afraid of making a bunch of stuff if it's not going to sell. So I don't know, I've been getting a lot of good, like, people say a lot of good things about my store, but sales would be nice. I'm not all about sales, but when you're unemployed and this is your only source of income, it kind of becomes a priority in a sense to make sales. When I worked at Target and had my other shop, it was kind of like, whatever, I'll use the only time I ever was really needed money off that was to pay for school because I didn't qualify for any financial aid or anything. So I would have sales to try and drive up money or get up money for my textbooks and whatnot. But since I can't even afford to pay my bills, I'm not going to school right now. So thank you, economy. You're fantastic. It's not like you know, but hopefully this next semester I can get in with financial aid since I've been unemployed since July. But yes, I'm going to tell you my whole life story and be a derp. So, sorry this video is kind of silly, act kind of strange. I'm just kind of hyper. I've been inside all day long except for when we left to go get stuff to make apple pies tomorrow for a steampunk meeting I'm going to tomorrow night. I'll probably do a video about that and tell you about it too. I'm going to, because I put an application to become a volunteer for Gaslamp Gathering, or Gaslight Gathering? Gaslamp Gathering. I get the 2 names mixed up because we have the Gaslamp here in San Diego. And there's Gaslight, which is like genre, whatever. I'll do a video on that later. So I put a bunch of different things. I'm like, basically, I have a bunch of different skills. If you want to email me or something, we'll figure out which best suited for me as a volunteer. They just said, come to this meeting. I'm like, okay, cool. I will be there. So I'm making apple pies to bring as my dessert. So, yeah. Anyway, end of ramble. I kind of feel like when I ramble, you get to know me a little bit better, too, because I reveal a lot when I start rambling. And then, I don't know, when I get to know people better, it makes me more open to buying their stuff, working with them, different things like that. Like when somebody tries to sell me stuff when I first meet them on the street or something, I'm like, no, back off. I'm not wasting my money on you. You could be a joke. But then when I get to know people in my community and whatnot, and they're like, and I see that they really work hard or something, then I'm like more open to buying something from them or working with them because I'm like, they're a good person, they're this, they're that, I like them, they're not a phony, they're not a fake, you know? So hopefully these random ramblings will open me up more to, or open you up more to me. Either or. So thank you for watching.